Typical British weather has hit Chester, and what better place to take shelter than a 400-year-old inn at the heart of one of the UK's most historic and haunted cities. My Haunted Hotel has been open for almost 7 weeks, and as national newspapers begin to show interest, the hotel's booking system starts filling up months in advance. People from all over the country wish to experience the famous paranormal activity here. It's a new week inside the UK's most haunted hotel. It's Tuesday night at My Haunted Hotel, and Mr. Hustlerberger himself has returned to the crew. I hope he had a wonderful time. Not too sure what he's got in store for us tonight, snacks-wise, but we'll wait and see. Look, over the last 6-7 weeks, things have really baffled all of us here at My Haunted Hotel. It's confused the guests, it's certainly confused the team here. But what's really amazing to see are the patterns that are emerging, and last week I really do think we struck gold with some of the evidence that happened. I said last week that I thought the first night was a quiet night. I have to take that back now, having watched the episode and pieced it all together. People being woke up in the middle of the night is just absolutely amazing, and that's the first time it's happened here at the hotel. Room 5 has some serious secrets going on, in my opinion, and this week I think we really need to try and uncover those secrets.
I am back from my business trip. It was an award ceremony, and yes, there was lots of alcohol involved, but that's no excuse for them to have as much fun as they did last week without me. So I brought all the snacks this week to make sure that we all have a bit of fun. Having watched last week's episode, I'm amazed at the amount of stuff that happened. They said it was a quiet night, but I mean, there were doors rattling in the middle of the night. What is amazing, you can see the girl in room 3 just wake up and immediately go, what is happening? What is that moving around in the room? And after on reviewing the footage, it's clear that there's doors rattling in this building. We haven't seen that before, so that's really interesting that that's come out of nowhere in the middle of the night when there's nobody in the building at all except these guests. It's amazing. One thing is really interesting is we still haven't seen anything about this doll. It's been a good few weeks now, and she's standing strong and not moving. And I wonder if something has passed, or maybe she's just waiting for the right moment. Who knows?
I think some of the highlights over the last few weeks have come from when we conduct these white noise sessions. So when we turn the Intravox device on, even when we turn the likes of the SB7 on, as soon as white noise enters this building, things just seem to happen. And last week, again, we were capturing these women's voices. And for me, it's just, I really don't think we can take for granted how strong that evidence is. There used to be a brothel here. We know that there are hauntings of female entities here, and we are getting their voices manifesting in the atmosphere as soon as we turn on these devices. And for me, that is just absolutely amazing. And as an investigator, to capture that evidence on quite a regular basis is just a dream come true, to be honest.
One thing we really want to do is go back to episode 1 and conduct our own investigation in this building. We're going to split up throughout the night. As well as these other guys being here, we're going to get the professional investigators out there to see what we can find again. It's been far too long since we have been up here doing a proper investigation, just us as well, and I can't wait to see what we can find up here.
We are investigators at the end of the day, and we feel like we're missing out slightly. But no, in all seriousness, I think it's time that we step back in and really try to push this location as far as it can go. After enjoying the fabulous food here at My Haunted Hotel, our guests, Rachel and Pete, check in with Brett and I, and we have prepared room 6 for them. Rachel and Pete are used to attending paranormal events, but as people have realised over the last 7 weeks, this is no ordinary paranormal event.
Which way did he take out? That way?
I don't know. Why is the people hanging, Pete?
Not people. Come on.
Fine, calm.
Go on.
Alright, so we are all set up here at my haunted hotel. I've just walked into the control room. It's started already. Just look at the amount of stuff in there. I'm fuming with him. Didn't even see them. Fucking hell!
Right, carefully, this is it.
Oh, Pete. Oh, Pete. Oh no, what have I done?
You're right, ain't it?
Oh, my phone's going off. Oh no, it's one of my balls. It's one of my cat balls. I don't know where to go, Pete.
Right, calm. Stay calm.
No, fuck Pete, it's like Richie's house. Oh.
So what's in here?
I can't see anything. Where are you going? Where are you going?
I'm sitting down.
Where is it? Where is it? On the shaky bed. I can't even put my feet on the floor. I'm not scared, but I don't want to get the bed messed up with my trainers. Oh, I'm not being funny, right? But why have they made it so creepy? It doesn't look less creepy on the videos. I know you're not actually. Look how scary it is. I'm scared to be quiet.
It's really quiet.
No, I'm scared to be quiet. Did you not expect it to be this quiet?
No.
I'm really hot now. I don't want to put my feet on the floor. Why are you putting my feet on the floor? Oh, it's alright, there's nothing under the bed. You can't get your feet.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Thrilled to see you as usual.
You haven't seen all my snacks yet.
Oh, I have.
What?
Oh, I have.
Oh, you've gone digging already,
I went
have you?
snooping.
Of course you did.
Just to explain, Harry's busy doing all the admin stuff for the pub. He's currently off-site at the moment, but he'll be in later on. Brett and I are back. It's Tuesday night at my haunted hotel. We've got one room booked in tonight, and these guys are so nervous.
Right. Why is the ball going off? Are they walking around?
There's definite footsteps.
No. Are they walking around outside? No, they're taking the mic. No, they're taking the mic. They're taking the mic. I don't like it. Pete, get the microphone. The walkie-talkie now. Get the walkie-talkie
No,
now.
I'll look.
Give me
I'll
the
just
walkie-talkie.
go and look.
No, don't go and look. Do not leave me. Get the walkie-talkie. They can see on the camera. Quick. How'd you work it? Right, this isn't even
Right,
true.
I'm just gonna
No,
look.
don't
I'm
leave
just
me.
gonna look.
Please, don't leave me. Please. Hello?
Listen.
Over and out. I don't know how to work it. Do you press the red button? Over and out.
Hello?
Please tell me you're walking around outside our room.
There's nobody up there, we've just checked.
So we've just had them call down to check whether one of us were walking around upstairs.
They've literally been in their rooms 5 minutes.
If that. So we're about to play back just to have a look to see whether there is anyone. We immediately checked there was nobody walking around upstairs. So what we'll do is we'll play both their footage in room 6 and the corridor at the same time to see whether we've actually caught any of that actually on audio.
Right. Why is the ball going off? Are they walking around?
What the
What was that?
For anybody who is new to the paranormal, we cannot even begin to describe the magnitude of this capture. This is by far one of the best pieces of evidence captured in this building, and as you can see from mine and Brett's reaction, it is a true paranormal moment. we can see the full 16 cameras within the building, and the realisation that these are indeed disembodied footsteps is mind-blowing.
Right. Why is the ball going off? Are they looking around?
Look, this is a massive statement, but all the years that I've been doing this, I've never heard footsteps that clear. Ever. Period.
Right, I'm not being funny, but I'm getting ovary pain now. Like legit. No, you won't understand if you're not a woman, you get ovary pains. Right, that was good. That was clear. What have I done with the walkie-talkie now? Have you got the walkie-talkie?
Yeah, put it back there. Oh, no, switch that. Is there a child in here? Because there's a toy here.
Oh, the doll. Oh. I don't know. I'm too scared to move. Right. That was out there, that wasn't in the bathroom.
Was it now?
No. It was right here.
As things settle down, we leave Rachel and Pete to settle their nerves after such a shocking start, and then we send them into room 1.
Room 1?
Yeah, but what is it? Oh, this is a...
Oh no.
No, this isn't that bad. It looks quite like our other room.
Well, this is nice, actually.
Yeah, this is like our other room. The dingy bell room. For Stuart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this that room where that doll was?
What doll? No, this isn't a doll room. This isn't a nursery room. Why does this keep going off? Stay on for me! Right. Look how... Oh, there we go. Right, keep going off. Oh, you're not falling down! Oh, they're sleeping things. Right. Welcome to room 1.
All quiet here so far at my haunted hotel, but those footsteps were phenomenal, weren't they?
Yeah, they were really good. I'll teach you how to get all of these in one of your mouths without touching the sides.
I'll teach you how to fly out of a window.
Very, very, quite contrary. Very, quite contrary.
Sing it again.
Why does everybody want to turn this building into an X Factor studio?
It's like karaoke. My haunted karaoke. We should start kind of judging it. Well, I've got one here.
Come on, come forward.
7.
Come to us. We're the only people up
What do you
here.
reckon?
3.
Off.
Was that from out there?
No, Pete.
What was that?
Was that the door or something?
No.
She's ran for it. It sounded like it was behind her.
She coming through.
This place, like, it bangs a lot. Why? Why is it banging a lot? Why can't it do nice thing like touch balls? And light things up? I'm alright with ball touching and lighting
I
things
bet
up.
you are.
Right, Spirit, if that was you.
Sorry to excuse your ball touching freezing, but we can confirm that that is an unexplained bang. There's nobody around. The whole building's pretty much empty now. Very interesting stuff.
Thanks, that makes me feel so warm inside.
Nothing.
There's nothing there at all.
Nothing outside. Nobody upstairs. It's just them.
The weird thing is, so last week on the second night, we didn't get any of this. We didn't get any of this knocking phenomena, and now suddenly this week it's all happening again.
But in Deirdre's house.
Probably. Next to a penis jelly mould that she's telling me.
Penis girl!
What? Just literally, just put that there.
Oh my god, I just touched your penis! I just jumped and touched your cock. I'm so sorry. Well, anything I can get hold of. Can you just move
What are you
that?
on about? Holding balls?
She did say she wanted to grab balls earlier. Hold on. We were joking when we said about actually grabbing balls, Rachel.
I swear to God, I think I just grabbed something.
You just missed them.
Did I just
Right,
miss
don't
them?
worry about
It was his leg, it was alright.
Okay, be careful next time.
On a serious note, we cannot explain this bang that occurs outside of room 1. Over the last week, a lot of activity has been happening in the corridor outside of the rooms, and the same pattern seems to be emerging tonight.
Off.
It's Tuesday night at my haunted hotel, and within the first hour of this investigation, we have already captured some fantastic evidence. As Rachel and Pete head back to room 6, it is time for Brett and I to conduct our own investigations. Alright, so it's reached that time of the night now. We're about a couple of hours in. A few strange things have happened early on, which is really interesting. I am now going to head into room 5 to conduct a couple of experiments on my own, see if I can capture any evidence. You're going to be watching me here in the control room, then we're going to swap and you're going to head into room 2 on your own, see if you can capture anything. Harry is still not on site at this point, but we're hoping he's going to make an appearance later on. I make my way to room 5 as the guests continue their investigation in room 6. Alright guys, wow, this feels very strange because I haven't done this since the very first week, opening week here at my haunted hotel. But now I have entered room 5 on my own. The guests are currently in room 6, which is that way. I can't hear them at all, so they shouldn't be able to hear me either. And the reason Brett and I want to do this tonight, and Harry when he hopefully arrives on site later on, I know he's very busy tonight, but we want to investigate this building because we have first-hand knowledge of what's going on here every single week and the events that are unfolding before our very eyes. And I think personally for me, I've always felt that there is something in this room and some kind of hidden secret that has a lot to do with this wall here. I don't know what the deal is with the doll. There's a lot of theories going around. People think that it has an attachment. Lady Snake, specifically when she came here and did a reading, she didn't think it had an attachment, but she felt like it was a conduit where things could move through it, different spirits. Personally now, I'm starting to think that it could just be the restless souls of a child, and maybe the child's mother in this room moving this item, but it's not moved for 3 weeks. What I have done is arm a footstep detector right next to it, so if there is any tapping on that shelf at all, that is very sensitive and it will pick it up straight away. I've also got the H4 microphone on me, and I'm going to do some EVP sessions in here to see if I can capture any voices after what Harry captured during the very first week in episode 1.
From what I've seen with this room in particular over the past couple of weeks, it doesn't just happen in ones as well. It's an occurrence of 2 or 3 events at one time.
Male spirit that dislikes women. I'm not scared of you. Snuppy. What about Mary? Or the woman that's meant to be here with the child?
I would like to understand what happened here in this building, and I am led to believe that there is a secret here.
It didn't happen on camera earlier,
To a lady.
but Danny stole one of my chicken nuggets.
One of the workers here.
I'm converting him slowly. At least while he's up there conducting his own investigations, I can eat my nuggets in peace.
I've heard your voices downstairs, I've heard your voices up here. I've also heard tapping on this wall. What I'd really like to know is if one of the ladies that worked here fell pregnant, became with child. Nothing at all happens during my lone vigil in room 5, and so Brett heads into room 2.
Now, the last time I was in here by myself, I was in with the Intravox, and it whispered the clearest no in a female's voice. and I have never been so scared. So ever since then, this room has made me feel so on edge. I've put a REM pod over in the corner. There was one night where it actually was triggered, so I'm hoping that maybe we can get something on that. Otherwise, I haven't brought anything else up with me because I kind of want to experience this room without the tech and the Intravox.
So I've returned now to the control room, and Brett has gone into room 2 on his own. This is a room that's very, very strange at the moment, so let's see what happens. He's immediately gone and set up a REM device by the mirror that has gone off on a few weeks ago on a previous investigation. Be interesting to see if he picks up on any growling phenomena though.
Please come towards the green light on the floor. Come and touch my hand.
Doesn't feel good today. When we started this investigation tonight, it felt fairly easygoing, but all of a sudden we've heard the most clear footsteps outside in the corridor here. Some of, even in Danny's very long and impressive career in paranormal investigations, said it's some of the clearest footsteps even he's ever heard. And we have no idea who it was.
After around 20 minutes, suddenly a wave of activity happens in room 2, which terrifies Brett.
Can you knock on the wall and copy me? Maybe you could make a noise, perhaps. Oh, jeez! Whoa! Oh, God, the light was so bright. I wonder what the hell that was.
The REM device by the mirror suddenly senses a disturbance and is activated. Moments later, this happens.
Oh no, I just heard 2 knocks. Ah, what the hell? Oh no, I just heard 2 knocks.
Whoa, 2 clear knocks. What the f*** is going on? He wants to get out of there. Brett can take no more, and as we reach the midway stage of the investigation, Rachel and Pete head to the interview room.
Hi guys, my name's Rachel.
And I'm Pete.
And we are here at my haunted hotel, and we are staying in room number 6, which is, the best way I can describe it is the scary witch room. Which when we walked into it, it was so terrifying and we didn't want to go in.
It was creepy, it's not nice.
It's not nice at all. The lights are dimmed, it's just got a really creepy feel to it, and then the doll in the middle, it's really, really creepy. So far tonight, so we've been in room 6, not really had a lot going on in room 6. Oh no, sorry, tell a lie. When we first entered the room and were sat down for like the first 5 minutes, we heard footsteps on the corridor outside.
Yeah, somebody walked along the corridor, didn't they?
Yeah, which it wasn't Brett or Danny, there was no one else there, so that really freaked us out. Then we've now we went into room 1, which we were talking in room 1 and I was calling out and there was a loud thud outside the door. There seems to be a lot going on outside of rooms when we're inside of rooms at the moment.
It's actually been quite an active night. We've had some fairly significant walking around. In fact, probably the most convincing footsteps we've ever had here. Well, definitely since I've been here anyway. And they're very uneasy, so we want to play on that a little bit. We want to make sure that they're split up even more. We have had them in 2 different rooms separately, but now we want to take them downstairs to see how they handle going in the cellar, going in the ladies' toilets downstairs as well, which is the oldest part of this building. Should be really interesting to see where the rest of this night goes.
The only way to describe this night is backwards, in all honesty. We've been so used to really quiet starts here at my haunted hotel. And then things evolve as the investigation goes on. Tonight has been the complete opposite. We've had an absolute skyrocket at the beginning, and now things have started to fade. But the whole building is empty now. We're approaching that time where things usually start to kick off. We're going to send them downstairs. Let's see what happens. Things seem to have faded, and despite moving Pete into room 2 on his own, and Rachel into room 5 on her own, nothing seemed to manifest. As we move into the next phase of the investigation, we move the guests downstairs.
We've now sent them from their room downstairs. So we have split them both up. One is in the women's toilets downstairs, which is the oldest part of the building. And the other is in the cellar currently, and I don't think either of them are happy about it.
We'll just say we're going to test you even further, and their response was, what, even more than you already have done. We've got a couple of devices rigged up as well in the downstairs bar. We have the 360 degree motion detecting REM device on one side of the bar, and we also have the ITC device, the Alice box, which is scanning in the booth section. Be interesting to see if anything comes through.
Give me some kind of sign that you're here. Don't leave me alone. Can I hear your voice?
Oh, I don't like it down there, that's horrible. It's really dark.
Can you whistle for me? Can you knock?
Just come and say hello. Let me know in some way that you're here. Tap on something.
Exactly 14 minutes into these lone vigils, the Alice box in the bar brings through 2 responses in quick succession, and these are the only 2 responses to come through during the entire session.
Man. Questions.
Just before the lone vigils end, Pete gets a nasty scare in the cellar.
Tell me where you are. Hello?
With 2 AM fast approaching, Brett and I decide to join our guests for a final session in room 5. Now, I was in this room earlier and it felt very, very calm in here, and it still feels quite calm now. But I would like to know, please, what the secret of this building is, and if the secret is hidden in this room. How you feeling down there, Rach?
Feeling alright, but only because you guys are here. I'm protected by 3 men.
We don't really have your back as much as you think we do.
I know that things go on in this room. Perhaps playful behaviour, perhaps not. But I know that This item here, this vessel, has been moved on a number of occasions, and I would like to know now, please, whether that is a child doing that or someone else. Is it a child? Please answer me clearly, is it a child? Is it somebody else? An adult? We've just had the word yes come through when asking if that was an adult.
That's actually our first definitive answer to anything to do with this damn doll.
10 minutes into our session in room 5, something very strange happens as Brett turns off the aeroflux device, which plunges the room into darkness.
If the secret lies in this room, behind that wall, prove it to me. Oh my god, as if you just turned that out, it's just said dark.
What?
Shut up.
I swear to god.
Yeah, holy
It's just said dark, man.
that's weird.
Oh my god.
Brett just turned the aeroflux off and it's gone dark in here, and the paratext just brought through the word dark.
Literally, as I flicked the switch. That's weird. Okay. Okay.
Unfortunately, nothing else happens, and we wrap up the investigation. But just before Rachel and Pete give their final interviews, something amazing happens.
Obviously, if you imagine an inn, well, most inns in the country in the 17th century had brothels in them.
Yeah.
And that was the one in here. Is that outside? Brett? Brett? Was that outside? Yeah. Was that outside? What? She said like a man laugh. What?
Was it not him? Was it not there?
You didn't laugh then, did you?
I texted someone, but...
Did you laugh when you texted him?
No, not at all. I just heard someone go, ha ha ha.
Nah.
Can you just shut the camera?
Yeah, definitely. That was clear. That was like it was here, it was in here.
Just double check the camera.
Listen again as a clear male laugh is heard. We can now confirm that this did not come from outside of the building. The laugh seems to come over the atmosphere, but we are the only people in the building.
Obviously, if you imagine an inn, well, most inns in the country in the 17th century had brothels in them.
Yeah.
And that was the one in here. Is that outside? And that was the one in here.
We found it. Well, I found it very interesting. It's very unique. It's not like anything else that we've ever been to in regards to a paranormal investigation.
No.
I was really, really scared coming into it, really scared. I've settled down a bit now and I've kind of, grown some confidence. But there's unexplained things that have happened. So I'll definitely come again.
I'd definitely come again as well. It's been really quite interesting. Like the bangs and somebody walking down the corridor.
Yeah, I think we've witnessed things we can't debunk, definitely. As soon as we got here, the walking down the corridor, it'll be interesting when we see that back. That was unexplained. Again, it was the sounds just outside of rooms for us rather than inside the rooms. And then just before this interview, when we were talking to Danny about the brothel section, we heard, as it was in the room with us, a man go, ha ha ha, that's just crazy. But I wasn't scared, it was strange. It was like there was someone in here with us laughing at Danny because he just mentioned a brothel. It was really weird.
So they're now in bed, we're about to head out, and it was a pretty good night. Like Danny said earlier, it was sort of reverse. We're very used to this build-up throughout the night, but instead everything seemed to start happening really early on. Those footsteps that we heard were incredible. We've had some pretty interesting responses on the Alice box, and then at the end of the night, room 5, I turned the lights out, and then all of a sudden, straight On the device we had the word dark come through almost exactly the same time. So again, we're having intelligent responses, but these footsteps we heard earlier, in my opinion, are probably some of the best things we've caught so far.
Really interesting night. It's actually been one of my favourite investigations at my haunted hotel we're into week 7 now. So in the 7 weeks that we've been open, this is right up there in my opinion, and for different reasons. I just think the footsteps at the very start of the investigation, for me, the clearest I've ever heard throughout my entire time as an investigator. I cannot describe how clear they are. I've never heard anything like that. We've had some really interesting ITC responses. We've just had little moments that have just been interesting the entire night, and the most interesting part of the night comes now, because the guests have just gone to room 6 to settle down for the night. You can actually hear in our control room Rachel still calling out in room 6, and we'll just see if anything happens. Last week we had door handles rattling. What happens tonight?
More incredible activity witnessed in this building of secrets. More evidence of the hauntings that still exist here to this day. As we move on, who knows what will be revealed? We'll see you soon.